full name of our college is CanNorth College of Business, Health, Business and Technology. And thanks for taking your time to join our webinar. And my name is Lynn. I'm the Education Counselor of the college. And I also invited our Manager of Education, Mr. John Calapotis, and Mary Grace, who is our tutor for the Personal Support Worker Program, to join us today. And we really will share our knowledge of the program, and hopefully that we can present a wonderful presentation to you. So Mr. John going to give us a brief introduction of the college to you. So please, John.
Thank you, Lynn. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Yeah, just as Lynn said, I will just give you an overview about the college, very briefly about myself as well. So my name is John Calapotis, and I am the Manager of Education here at CanNorth College, Markham. I've been here for several years, probably over 5 years now. And my background is actually education, of course, specifically English as a second language, English as a foreign language. I'm an IELTS examiner and a CELPIP and IELTS instructor, and I hold my Bachelor of Arts of English Literature at the University of Toronto, which I got many years ago. Next, please. So just a few points about our college, formerly Evergreen College, Markham, but for the last several weeks, we have been transitioning to CanNorth College of Health, Business, and Technology. And some of the benefits of studying with us are as follows. We are a member of NAC, which is the National Association of Career Colleges. Our classes are generally small in size, anywhere from between 6 to 12 students. All of our students, of course, are adult learners. Oh, and sorry, guys, can I just interrupt for a second? Would you all mind muting your microphones while we are talking? Because I do hear a lot of background interference. So everybody, please mute your microphones. Thank you. I still hear background noise. So I'd like everybody to mute their microphones. Otherwise, we can't really give a proper presentation today if there's a lot of background noise. Okay, so as I was saying, all of our students are adult learners, ranging in ages anywhere from about, I'd say, 20 to 50 or even older. And our group of students across the board is generally multicultural. We have students from many, many different countries, including, of course, here in Canada, here in Ontario, the province of Quebec, British Columbia, and of course, abroad. We have students from other countries, such as China, of course, and even Trinidad, we've had students from, other parts of North America, and even some parts of Europe. So just like Canada is the most multicultural country in the world, so too is our college multicultural as well. More advantages of studying with us is our classes are modular based, which means that each module has a specific subject. Generally, no background is necessary to study our programs. And again, one of the benefits of having small class sizes is that if there's ever any issues with any of the content of the course, we do offer one-on-one after-class tutoring. This is, of course, case by case, dependent on the situation, but students can reach out to the college and request this. Next, we have practical hands-on experience, especially for this program, personal support worker. Our instructor will give more information about that, but just as a brief summary, we do have performance demos after every module where the students and the instructor get together here at the college and are able to use the content that they have learned in class with the equipment that we have available. Our classes are generally short-term. I believe PSW is a total of 31 weeks, including or after that, which is the placement. But yeah, it's less than a year. It's much less. We're looking at about 6 months altogether. Classes are from Monday to Thursday, depending on the program. Now, it does say 9:30 to 2:30 here, but our PSW program is evenings between 5 and, Mary Grace will correct me if I'm wrong, but it should be 5 to 10, Monday to Thursday. And of course, there is 100% placement after the theory section. Okay, so that's probably one of the most important things to make sure that you can use everything that you have learned. Okay, next, please. Now, besides PSW, Personal Support Worker, we do, of course, offer other programs here at CanNorth College, and they are as follows. ECA, Early Childhood Assistant. We have CSW and DSW, which is a joint diploma program, Community Service Worker and Developmental Service Worker. Today's webinar is on the Personal Support Worker. We also offer computerized accounting and payroll, hospitality operations, and hospitality management. We have our very own EPP, or English Preparation Program, which is sort of a pathway from coming to Canada, for example, and transitioning into one of our programs. And we have the Academic Preparation course, which is for higher level English learners. It's funny because we talk about how COVID was terrible, and of course, all of us agree on that. But I guess the silver lining to this, the advantage of it, is that we were able to transition from in-person to online learning or hybrid learning. So that's what we're doing here. We can study from anywhere around the world. And of course, this means that the educational costs are less. A lot of students work full-time during the day and then they study in the evenings, which is the case with the program that we're going to talk about today. And this is very time-saving. You can just obviously you don't have to consume as much travel time and things like that. And of course, you can learn from the comfort of your own home. So those are more benefits. And I believe that is everything for me. Of course, the result of the study with the PSW program is that you will receive the personal support worker certificate, which is very much in demand these days. Okay, thank you too, and enjoy the rest of the seminar, guys.
Thanks, John, for the introduction. And great to know that. And we're going to move to the next important information about this program. And so this is what we're going to do today. And table of contents we're going to cover for today's presentation. Start from the market trends, and then later our tutor Mary Gray will give us an overview of the program in detail. And I will introduce the program advantages, admission requirement, and finance. Okay, let's see the most important part of the program, which is the market trends. So I don't know if you know that Canada has a national occupation classification code for each career. And for the personal support worker, yeah, there are 3 NOC codes that can describe the job. First one is the home support. That's the NOC 44101. And nurse aid is NOC 33102. And also another another classification, 33102, can also apply to the personal support aid medical classification. So all these 3 classifications or job titles can apply to the personal support worker career. And if you look into the detail of these types of jobs from the Job Bank Canada, so you can see all these 3 actually are in great demand for the future for the 3 years from now on. Okay, so 5-star is the most demanded job, and 4-star is really in good position. So all these 3 are in great demand in the future, which shows that if you study this program, you can secure a career at least for next 3 years, right? So this is the whole purpose for all of us contribute to learn a new skill. And so another important question you want to ask: how much does a person worker will get paid? I mean, this I put Justin Trudeau's picture here because he promised to increase long-term care funding. And from the latest report or latest meeting that he organized in February regarding the healthcare funding, he promised to increase the personal support workers' pay to a minimum of 25 per hour. So this has already beat a lot of other occupations in the market, which Ontario, I believe, minimum pay 16.5 per hour. And if the personal support worker can get 25 per hour, this is a big jump and a big gap. So this is in another way saying this actually is a really good career to start with. So if you want to start your life in Canada, or if you want to switch your career in Canada. And so currently we're looking at average wage of 19.38 per hour. This is the newest data from the job salary pay scale website. And the average means that some may pay higher, some may pay lower, because the salary actually depends on the years of experience you have in job. So reasonably that if you work for several more years, you get paid higher. Some people like paid like 25 per hour already. Some maybe that at 17 or 19. But I know the start salary, for example, at our placement partner, eHome, the start salary is $19 per hour. So this is really good. So where do personal support worker work? They can work in the long-term care center facilities and the retirement homes, hospital, hospice, private homes, community agencies. So there are slightly different between the long-term care facility and the retirement homes. I believe Mary Grace will cover this in her slides. And so hospital, hospice, there will be also difference. One is for general hospital, hospice is for dying patients. So all these settings, the personal support worker can work in all these settings. And your future. So what are you going to do after you finish this program? Okay, so part of the students wanted to continue to advance their education level. They do not want to limit themselves only being a personal support worker. So this group of people will go advance their academic studies and do the they can do the registered practical nursing program. I found two programs. For example, the George Brown College. It's a 14 weeks PSW pathway to RPN program, and the CanNorth College as well. If you are interested, you can also search and find more programs like that. So you can progress from PSW to RPN. And for international students, some of the students want to immigrate to Canada. They can also look into immigrate under the home support worker pilot. And of course, I believe there are several more immigration programs that they can look into. For example, provincial nominee in demand and other skilled trade. And lately, the initiate another healthcare express entry. So all these immigration programs can be a great way for international students to immigrate to Canada afterwards. And we can talk about this in detail after today's webinar. Okay, now let's invite Ms. Mary Grace to give us the overview of the program in detail. So Mary Grace, that you want to take it over?
Yes. Good morning here in Canada. My name is Mary Grace. I am the
Mary Grace, you have to unmute yourself.
I am on mute.
Top right, there's a mic.
No, we can hear
Yeah.
Mary Grace, Lynn. It's fine. She's okay.
Okay. Can you hear everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, John. So my name is again Mary Grace. I am the PSW instructor at CanNorth. I've been teaching there for almost 2 years now. I'm a registered nurse back home in the Philippines. I'm a med-surg nurse. I'm a charge nurse here in Canada. I'm also a nurse, and I've been teaching PSW. This coming April is my 8th year. Okay, so basically, all of the in the curriculum from the first time that I've been teaching, 2015 until now, if there's anything that needs to be updated, so the NACC, which is the one that is handling the private career colleges, I am always been updated, and also for the school. So I also do the supervision. I'm a nurse supervisor and coordinator for the one agency that I co-own. So basically, I am more, experienced with in the community and also in the hospitals and nursing homes. I'm also a PSW myself before I become a nurse here for 7 years straight. So that's the reason why for myself, it's easier for me to teach, not very easy, but to teach the PSW based on my experience, plus the one that I have experienced as a nurse. So my job is to guide you guys from the start of your journey. I will be honest with you, it will not going to be very good, but I will be here and the school is here for you to be supportive. Okay. So on the PSW, I could say that you, as John said, you will be here for almost a year. So you will be with me for 5 months for the theory, and then another 3 to 4 months, like you could see on the PowerPoints, 3 to 4 months for your clinical placements. In the PowerPoints, you could see here the different types of modules that you will be taking once you registered as a PSW. Okay, I could see here we have now module 1 to 13. So just recently, the NACC added another module, which is for me is a great idea because this one is very important for you as being a PSW. So from here, you could see the number of hours that you're going to take. We're going to do discussion for that. And because this is an online class, so basically the performance skills demonstration will be done at the school. It is an in-person. So basically, we will be at the school still, but maybe 4 to 5 times. Okay, because we have to do the performance demonstration, meaning anything that we have discussed, we have to apply it in the skills part. And if you could see here on the module 13 and the 14 and 15, so the clinical placement, once you're done with the theory part for at least 5 months, then you go for your clinic, I'm sorry, for your clinical placement, which is 200 hours. This is in the nursing home, as what Lynn said, it's in Yihang. And just to let you know, and yesterday I was at the school with my students. We're doing some meal presentation. One of my previous students at CanNorth had been hired in Yihung itself, okay, because the HR called me and give some professional recommendation. And I'm very proud to say, and I'm sharing this one to John before, that some of my students, even if they are only doing yet the clinical placement, they are already being offered a job. Okay, but they have to complete the program before they could really work as a PSW. Why? Because in CanNorth, not because I'm working here, we make sure that our students are fully equipped before you could even go outside for the clinical placement. Okay, you need to know what will be your responsibilities and what will be your scope of practice. Once you know that, I am guaranteeing you that if you find a job, and just make sure about the salary that they had mentioned, the starting salary right now is actually, you start from 22, 25, and even $27 if you are working in a government nursing home. I worked in the city of Toronto before, and they are in the PSW side. They are already giving 22, 25 to $27. Okay, just imagine that. And it depends. I'm not going to say, okay, Grace said this, I have to be paid. No, you need to make sure you have the proper experience plus the skills. Okay, going to do that if you do not have any experience. So here I could say that you really need to work harder, or the hardest part of your studying. As they mentioned, because we are online, basically you could still work in the morning and then go to our school, go online from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. So basically that's our hours. And then because our class is recorded, so if in case you need more, oh, I didn't understand on that part, you could go again. You could go back again and study it. I recommended for you guys to do some advanced reading, because this is very important. Especially if you could see the modules, it has module 1 to module 13. So basically what I do is I give the an advanced assignment to read, like the chapters, for example, for module 1, they have 13 chapters. So before we could even start, I'm giving already those things. So in order for you not to be, it's not hard for you when, for some discussions. So online, as I mentioned, we need to be, I'm checking the attendance every day. And for the placement, as I mentioned, I will be the one who will be doing the clinical supervision, because I'm the one who taught the PSW. And these clinical placement partners that we have are very good partners for your experience. Why? Because this is a nursing home. Okay, when you do your community, it's a retirement home. Okay, which is, all of this one will be explained to you once you registered in the PSW program. So I'm also giving you a heads up that right now, because there are lots of some basically future students asking me, oh Grace, if I'm going, because it's a male, they're thinking twice if they're going to enroll for the PSW, because they are thinking PSW are for females. And I said, no, not anymore. Here, because the government already expanded the projects, and for all of the PSW that could work, that here with male, I'm telling you, with male, because I have male students before. So they landed some interviews, and they have this job at the hospital, because male, they needed their, when you are transferring the client from the ambulance, so they need also male PSW. It's almost the same. Okay. And for the responsibilities of the PSW, they said, and one of the question, oh, I cannot do this. I cannot do this, I cannot shower the client because I don't want them to be shy to me because I'm a male. Guess what? As a male PSW, not only PSW taking care, assisting the client, that there are some agency that I know before that they hire, PSW to be an ambulance driver. Okay, so what you do is you get the client there and go and next to the another hospital. So that's one. So as long as you have the license, then you could do that. Okay, so those are the things that I'm also going to explain once you registered in the PSW. What are those things? What will be your role, your responsibility as a PSW? Okay, as I mentioned, because here in Canada, it's quite different. And I have some students, even doctors, physiotherapists, but we have to make sure that I'm a nurse, but I did the PSW here. Why? Because they make sure the NACC, the National Association Career Colleges, make sure that you are certified, that you went to school to be trained as a PSW. Because as I mentioned, if you are a nurse back home or you have a degree, it's quite different here. So we have to know what will be the scope and boundaries. So what will be the qualities of the PSW? You need to be compassionate. Guys, if you are thinking, oh, Grace said that I'm going to have $25, I will going to be rich the following year. It doesn't work like that. It needs hard work and you need to have compassion. Okay, if you're thinking just the money, maybe you have to think twice, but you really make sure that you have this empathy, compassionate. You need to be respectful. You need to respect whatever the client right now is having. Like, for example, especially in palliative care, we need to advocate for our clients. So this one, and collaboration with different healthcare teams, this one will be studied in our PSW. Okay, as I mentioned, I have students, and I could attest for that. I have proof that there are some, when they are doing their placement, they're already been offered a job. And for example, if you need professional recommendation to get that job, in Canada, usually they need 3 professional recommendation. So the school could help you. One of it will be myself because I'm your instructor. But you have to work on that. You have the 3 A's: academics, the attitude, and your attendance, because attendance is very important. You need to be reliable for for the PSW. If you are in the program, you need to be always there. Is there anything else there? So the task, as I mentioned, is you have to make sure that you assist. Some of this will be assisted. From the word itself, personal support worker, you support the client. You educate them. If they don't know, you could give some references for that. You could do meal preparation, which we're doing right now. It's fun because some PSW didn't realize that, those small things that you are doing when you are cooking could help the client. And assisting in giving medication. I know some of you are not experienced on doing that, but here in Canada, we have some scope if you're going to assist in medication. As I said, I am here to help you, to guide you not only from the day one, but also when you are already finished with your program. Okay, because as I said, I usually follow up. And if you have any challenges in our PSW program, we are here to help you. That's the reason why I am here. Okay, and also from the school. So this is the last batch from the one that we have teaching. So I'm teaching them, if you could see on the third picture, so I am teaching them to do bed making and how will you go into reposition a client. And also here, if you could see, I am teaching them how to do transferring, how to use the wheelchair, how to bait a client, how are you going to assist a client when they cannot go to the washroom. So all of this one will be taught to you in the skills part. As I said, I will not be allowing you to go to the clinical placement if you do not know those skills, because the first thing that you're going to do is the same thing that we are doing at the school. And as I said, here are the proof. I also have some, I haven't uploaded yet, from yesterday, meal presentation. Okay, meal presentation is also very important. The one that you are seeing on the left side, those students are the one that I'm mentioning to you that they are already been hired even before they are, they are still on the program, but they have to finish it. They have to finish the NACC exam. So fortunately, they pass and they are already working right now.
Thanks, Mary Grace.
I'm sorry.
I said thanks very
Oh,
much
thank you
for
so much.
the for the introduction.
Mhm.
And that's a very vivid elaboration of this career, this job, and
Mhm.
also the program.
Yes, and hopefully I'll be seeing them on the next batch too.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
believe so. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to continue. And we're going to move to the third part, which is the advantages of personal support worker certificate program. Okay, first of all, I want to introduce our college's qualification to you. We are registered with the private career college, and which is under the Ontario Ministry of Colleges and Universities, and holding the accreditations from several organizations. That means that we are licensed and we are asked to establish the school to deliver this program to you. And for those international students, and we are also a DLI, which is designated learning institution. International students can apply for a study permit to study with us. And we are also a member of ACC, which is the National Association of Career Colleges, and the CCO, which is the Career College Ontario. We have all the required qualification to deliver a quality program to you. So the advantages of the CanNorth College Personal Support Worker Certificate Program. Here that you see 4 different parts that we can offer you. And of course, the advantages are not limited to what I discussed here. So first of all, full exposure to both long-term care homes and community settings. What that means is that we are partnered with 2 placement partners. As you saw the picture before, we partner with the eHome Community Center, eHome Seniors Care, Amica Community Seniors Care. So these 2 are well-known organizations in the society and community, and the students will be able to experience 2 different types of settings from 2 organizations. Will equip you with more power to secure a great career after you graduate, and also means that if you perform well, as the Mary Grace said, that you will be able to even get a job offer while you are doing your placement, and which is true, and we have proof already for that. So the second part that we can offer you is the employment consultation, and Mary Grace, of course, will give you a great recommendation, and we will be here to help you to revise your resume and to prepare you for the job interview. And this will be ongoing even after you graduate from the program. I do think that a lot of colleges can help you with that. So the third part is the accredited curriculum. So our personal support worker curriculum is accredited by NACC. That means that with this certificate, you will be able to work throughout Canada, not only in Ontario, but maybe in other provinces if you want to move out. So this is a really worthwhile or worth doing program. And on top of this NACC certificate and also CanNorth certificate you get, you're going to receive additional training certificates. For example, the CPR and the first aid certificate. And this is a required for a lot of positions. For example, safeguard or other school teaching aid position. So this is the additional benefit that on top of the NACC certificate you will receive. And let's quickly move into the admission requirement part. So actually the requirement is very simple. You can see this. You can see that from the simple PPT page you see here. All we require you to have is an Ontario secondary school diploma or equivalent. That means that if you graduate from high school abroad, if you have a college diploma from other provinces in Canada, or if you are a high school graduate from provinces or abroad, that you can be accepted. Or if you don't have any of those, but you are at least 18 years old, you can do entrance exam. That's also acceptable. And of course, that if you are an if you are an international student, the English language proficiency requirement is required before entry into this program. And for students on a study permit, we will evaluate English either by IELTS, other equivalent language score, or a test that you're going to do with us. And for students with visitor visas, that you can do a short-term English with us and then apply for study permit to study this program. And for work permit holders, and the good news is you do not need to reapply to study. You can just study with your work permit. So finance, I believe this is the most important part for a lot of attendees here. And for local students, that means that you are holding a Canadian citizenship, you are a permanent resident of Canada, you can apply. Of course, it has to be qualified. So qualified Ontario residents can apply for up to 28,000 in paid support for your tuition, living, and expenses, and sometimes childcare. So total 28,000. So I do not want to spend a lot of time explain the qualifications. So interested in applying this fund, you can contact our career counselors, or contact our education counselors after the webinar. And yeah, so of course so this is the Better Jobs in Ontario. And of course that we for self-funded students, we also provide scholarship and also funding support to the domestic or international students. And for further information, okay, so that's it for my PPT. And if you have any specific questions you want to ask, it's a great time for you to ask now. So anybody have questions? You can address the question to our manager of education or to Mary Grace.
Hi, I have a question for you. With regarding to the 5 months, 400 hours in person, are you referring that to the online, or is that do we have to go to the institution to attend class itself?
I think Mary Grace is the best person to answer that question.
Mary Grace, I can't hear you. Your microphone is muted.
Okay, actually, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, my internet actually is very slow right now.
It's
So
okay.
just
It's okay.
yes. So just to answer that question, so as I said, the first 5 months will needed to be completed through online. but we need to make sure that the 4 times that we have to go to the school will need to be completed. That's for the performance skills.
So so that 400 hours, the 5 months is all online. It's only like
Yes,
4 times that we have to come in to do something, right? Okay,
yes, this is for
that's
our
understood.
students. Mhm.
And the um, the in-class training that's will
Mhm.
be in Markham, right? Is that
The performance, yes, it's in Markham for the
okay?
performance.
The
Mhm.
reason why I ask is I don't live in Markham. I live in North York, and that's like it's a bit inconvenience. That's why I'm asking.
Mhm.
And
I,
what is can the how do you say the actual training be in Scarborough because I'm closer to the Yihang in Scarborough.
no, the training that we're going to do is like an application. So basically, what I have lectured, I just going to give you a sample, and then you're going to. It's like a training, but this is also a part of skills that will be graded. And I also have, just to give you a heads up, I also have some even far as Ottawa. There, she's living in Ottawa, but she's now completed the PSW program. As I said, we only have to go there 4 times as per requirement of the NACC.
Okay, but the place where we will do our actual training, that will be at the Yihang Makamak, campus, right? And not the in Scarborough, right?
Yeah, so let me just clarify something there, True Tron. Yeah.
Yes,
So when you say training, I believe you're talking about placement, right?
correct,
So
correct.
yeah, that will be at the placement location that Lynn had mentioned earlier. Mary
Okay, that's in
Grace was
Markham.
referring to, yeah, no, it's not in, Lynn, can you clarify where the placement location is? The
Yeehaw.
So thanks for the question. I want to clarify this. So Yihong has 4 different centers we can all actually attend. But because the special requirement for the placement, because all students has to be in one location. So
correct.
that depends on the students and it depends on the teacher. And we will, of course, arrange with one location convenient to all students. We try to arrange that, but depends on other students' conditions, locations. We will arrange one best suit their location.
So it doesn't
Main,
necessarily has to be in Markham, right? It could be in Scarborough
correct,
also, right?
correct.
Okay.
Depends on other students' locations. So we can arrange other area or all the we can arrange one. For example, if most of the students live in Mississauga, we can even arrange the placement at Mississauga.
Okay. But at the moment, we don't know. It's really hard to, know where exactly that will be because, as you
So
said, it depends on.
the eHome One Line Center is in Unionville,
Okay.
and the placement hours is only 200 hours there.
Okay.
So it's actually that not actually ask you to stay there forever, just during the placement. So as Mary Grace mentioned, we had a student who came from Ottawa and did a placement here.
Understood. Okay.
And yeah, sorry. And just to clarify as well, the performance demos that Mary Grace mentioned are at the college. So yeah, there's no way around that.
Okay. But we don't have a choice, right? It depends on where all the students will be, right?
No, I'm talking about the performance demos now. The after every module, there is a performance demonstration, which takes place at the college. This is part of the theory still.
Okay, that's in Woodbine, right? Woodbine, Markham.
At Woodbine and Highway 7, yes.
Okay. That's the 4 or 5 times, right? That's
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And North York is not that far from Markham, like there's
Well, I
students
don't
have come
drive.
from a
That's all.
lot farther than that.
Okay. And the tuition, how much is the tuition?
Okay, that's something that you'll discuss with the counselor, I believe, Lynn, is that correct?
Yeah, so the tuition fee between international students and local students are different.
Okay.
And it depends on your immigration status here in Canada.
Yeah, I'm local. I'm local.
Okay, for domestic students, the total fee is 3,000.
3,000. Okay.
Yeah.
That covers everything, right? The textbook, the outfits, and everything else, right?
No, so the that is the tuition fee. The other course, I believe some other students also asked about this. I'm going to elaborate this a little bit more. So
Please.
for other courses, includes first aid, CPR test fee, your scrub, and maybe other immunization you're required to do. And so the total cost, not including books, is around $500.
$500. Okay.
And also including the NACC exam.
Thank you.
So as I mentioned earlier, for domestic students, we can also arrange for the installments, and we can discuss that further afterwards, after today's meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you for those questions. Do you have any other questions?
That would be all. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Lynn,
Okay.
Lynn, there are some questions in the chat that we might need to address.
Yes, I am addressing those right now. So
Okay.
I'm going to ask this Yu. I don't know about your full name, but your question about what's the PSW daily schedule, and if I can took a part-time job when I take the class. So the daily schedule, as Mary Grace mentioned, is from 5 to 10, from Monday to Thursday. And of course, you can take a part-time job. And as a matter of fact, we will help you with searching for this part-time job. And international students get full funded scholarship. If not, how is the payment plan for them? Okay, the international students have a different fee schedule. And for the full program fee for international students is 7,750. And I believe the education counselor will contact you afterwards for further information. And for the study permit issue, I think the education counselor will contact you later for that specific answers. Okay, because it takes time. So any other questions?
Lynn, there was one
Yes.
above that. There was one above that from Rui that was asking.
Yes.
Yeah, she said that she's holding a visitor visa. Does she need to apply for a study permit, etc.? So do you see that question as well?
Yeah, so the we need a study permit to attend the class. And as I said earlier, it's a little bit more complicated to answer. So our education counselor will contact you for further detail.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello.
Hello? Yes.
Yeah, this is Kobi from Bangladesh. I'm an international student. I have a question.
Sorry, I cannot hear very clearly.
Am I audible now? Am I audible now?
Little better. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm an international student, and I have to take study visa, as you mentioned. And I have a family also, and I have to. Can I take my family with this visa?
We do not take a visa. We only tell you that we require study permit to attend this class. You may be
Yeah.
able to apply for visitor visas for your families.
Yeah.
But if you want to attend the class, you do need a study permit.
Yeah.
And you have to apply for a co-op visa while you are applying your study permit.
Yeah. For this reason, I need a offer also to proceed the further procedure.
Our career counselor or education counselor will contact you after the webinar. We will send you the application form. You can provide us the supporting documents together with the form and the application fee. And once we receive all those documents, we will send you a conditional letter of acceptance, and then you can follow the instructions after that.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. And another question I have, that is, you mentioned what is the tuition fees of the international students?
Yes. The tuition fee for international students will be 7,750. As I mentioned, we did provided a scholarship to international students. So the original cost is 8,500. So we offer the scholarship to you.
I have another question, ma'am. That is, I want to ask that do you provide a dormitory for the students?
Do we provide what? Sorry.
Dormitory, a hostel.
Material.
No. I think he said, sorry, Lynn. You mean accommodation for the students, and the answer is no. No, we do not.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question. Sure.
So, Jacob asked the question, any possibility of getting a breakdown of what is discussed while mail? So you mean you want a copy of the PPT for today? I see Ifioma. Did I pronounce it correct?
Yeah, good afternoon. It's Ifoma.
Hello.
This is from Nigeria. So, sorry, I actually joined late. So, but some questions I will need answers to. I got from the last response you gave about international tuition fee about $7,750, right?
Yeah.
Then the scholarship, I didn't get the part about the scholarship. Then one thing again I would like to ask is, do I need to provide living costs like the proof of funds for me to apply for the visa? And once I provide my documents, what's the turnaround time for me to get the conditional offer and the process after that?
Well, I think that you need to find an immigration agent or study abroad agent in your country to help you with the application. Our college will provide you with the necessary documents to help you apply for the study permit, but we cannot do all the application. Of course, that you know that we are so far away. The local agents will be the best to search help from.
Okay, so what about the scholarship? Can you go over the scholarship again?
the class will, I believe you can look the next start, which is the October 9th.
Okay. Okay. Is it going to be possible for me to get the recorded version of this section, please?
If you have all the required documents, it is possible.
No, I mean this section we are having now. This I can see it's recorded.
I don't know that what kind. That depends on this whether you have a study permit or what kind of immigration status you have right now. Yes, we will send out a copy of the PPT after the webinar. Please send a request, so we will record the ones that who want a copy of the PPT. And our so the career counseling service is free, so we will provide a free counseling service to you with your questions. Looks like that you all get want to know, right? Any questions? You can just email or call us. And here is our contact information. And you can add our WeChat. And you can call us. You can send us an email. And you can look at our website for detail. So my name is Lynn. You can write to me, or you can contact my coworker Aaron, who is also in this webinar. So we will contact you after this webinar to further discuss any unanswered questions you may have. Okay, so thank you very much. I think that we have a very happy time here and forward to seeing you all again. And have a great weekend. And enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. And I hope we were able to answer all of your questions. Special thanks to, of course, Lynn, and most especially our instructor, Mary Grace, for their great attendance and accountability in today's seminar. So that's it from us. Please feel free to contact us at your convenience. We'll be happy to help.
Thank you.
Yes, and welcome to congratulating if you're going to pursue your career as a PSW. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.